Hey New City, and welcome to this month's edition of the $5 Give Club, where we know that together, small amounts can have a huge impact. As you know, each month we invite each of you to partner alongside of us and donate an additional $5 that all goes outside of New City to a local nonprofit, ministry, or organization. This month we sat down and interviewed Nicolette Monet of the Dean Thomas Monet Foundation. This is a local nonprofit here in the Triangle area that works with families with sick kids who are admitted to our local hospitals. We invited her to sit down and share a little bit about her story and how we can be a part, but we also have an awesome surprise in store for her. So Nicolette, you work with the Dean Thomas Monet Foundation, and that's a nonprofit that helps within the hospitals in the local area and stuff. So why don't we go ahead and begin and maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got involved, why, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So I'm the executive director and founder of the Dean Thomas Monet Foundation. It's called that because of the little girls that I used to know back in 2010. They ended up passing away, and so we used a little bit of their names, plus my name, to kind of start the organization. And so DTM for short. We are an organization that really wants to bring spiritual, emotional, and physical support into the hospitals. So I wanted to really make a difference with families in the hospitals because I met this family. The little girl's name was Megan Dean, and she was over at Duke Hospital, and her family had traveled all the way from Kentucky to get treatment here, that very specialized treatment. But because of that, they left their entire support system back in Kentucky. So they didn't have family, friends, they didn't have their church home to reach out to, nothing. And so I kind of tried to become all of that for them. So during that year that she was receiving treatment, I was frantically trying to be all of those different things, be all those resources, and just really saw a deficit that I felt like God was calling me to fix. And so after Megan passed away, I talked with her family and just tried to figure out, what we could do for families like hers that are coming to Duke and UNC all the time to get that awesome treatment that we offer, but don't have that support system behind during the most vulnerable and difficult time of their life.
Sweet. So what kind of things, because obviously you're right, as people travel from across the country to Durham or Chapel Hill, it's like, man, we have nothing but the hospital room that we're staying in right now, or a hotel, I don't know. So what kind of services and what kind of needs do y'all meet through your foundation for these families? Yeah,
so we are really big on giving that holistic care. So we want to meet those physical needs first and then show up in an emotional capacity and then really bring that spiritual support in, because a lot of organizations are bringing bits and pieces of that kind of care, but we know that you need all those things when you're in that really difficult space. So we bring a home-cooked 3-course meal through our Comfort Cooks program. We're serving it to the families, and then we're sitting with them, we're talking with them, we're kind of being that ear and that shoulder for them. And then we sit and pray with them if that is the kind of support that they want. And you can just see after the outreach that we have, you just see their shoulders physically go down as they leave and go back to their hospital room. That stress has just been kind of lifted a little bit. So that's one thing that we do. Our kids program is called Kids for Kids, where young kids make cards and crafts for kids in the hospital around 10 different holidays out of the year, which New City Church partners with us for. And then we also have a youth program where our teens are filling the first ever food pantry at UNC Hospital so that families can have a free, healthy option right on their unit when they're in that state of crisis, what's going on with their child. They're not neglecting their own care. They're able to run down, grab a protein bar, grab a bowl of pasta, grab some oatmeal, whatever it is that they need, take care of themselves, and then better take care of their child.
That's so cool that y'all provide like the nourishment, providing the physical needs, but not neglecting the spiritual aspect, which is what, I think Emily, my wife, she sees that a lot. She's like, man, where's the balance between all that? Because it's so heavy as a nurse and also even more so as a family and a patient. But on the spiritual aspect, if people could pray right now, what's the biggest need for the DTM?
Honestly, it's, with any new business, any new nonprofit, we have to have staff. There's so much to do when you are starting a nonprofit. and the amount of conversations in the hospital, the amount of training we have to offer, how many times I want to go talk to churches and want to just like feed people's minds with this awareness of what we see and how I want to get them involved. It takes so much time. And if we had more people on staff pushing this mission forward, oh my gosh, like the city would be bleeding this vision, and the church would be so present on every single floor of the hospital. And that's the dream. That's the vision that God has put on my heart.
Well, we have, so you mentioned the kids made cards a few months ago, but I do have just a few more cards. And so for Thanksgiving, our kids have made these cards. And so there's probably 25 in here. And so we would like to give you those to kind of spread a little bit of joy. But also at New City, we have the $5 Gift Club. And so what the $5 Gift Club is we ask the families around the church to, on top of their monthly offering, to donate $5 to $10 if they're a couple. And we give this to an outside nonprofit ministry organization. And so we've seen what you do with the DTM. We've heard from Brittany Androsen, our kids director, all the great stuff that she does with it. And so we wanted you to be this month's $5 Gift Club. So that was the whole reason we're sitting down.
Thank you. Wow.
So there's $270 in there that we've collected this month. And so we did want to hear your story, but more than anything, we just wanted to show our support financially because we really believe in what you're doing. And it's so cool. And, we really can't wait for everybody to hear this. So yeah, we would love to give that to you.
That's so incredible. It blows my mind how much God shows up in all of these different ways through partnerships, through conversations like this, just through someone knowing somebody, and doors start to open and people are being healed inside the hospital because of stuff like this. And so thank you so much.
Of course. It's definitely our pleasure.
Because families will get one of these and tears will start streaming down their face because they are so excited that a child colored a beautiful little Happy Thanksgiving card. And it matters so much to these families in the hospitals because they are in that crisis state, and it makes such a huge impact.
So we hope this helps, and we're excited for the future with the DTM Foundation and how New City can be a part of that. So
wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.